Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the topic is the coupled circuit from the circuit analysis and circuit theory. Okay, and in the previous video we discussed the resonant circuit. So that is the first half of the third unit, and the second half of the third unit it is a coupled circuit. Okay, and in order to study this coupled circuit, you should know about some of the important definition first. So the definitions are self-inductance, mutual inductance, and the coefficient of coupling. Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss about this three definition. Okay, what is mean by self-inductance, what is mutual inductance, what is the relation between the self-inductance and mutual inductance, we are going to discuss. Okay, so first one, coupled circuit. So what does mean by coupled circuit means the circuit involving the elements with magnetic coupling. Okay, for example, if the circuit consisting of the two inductors, so that the two inductors are closely placed means, okay, so you see like that. Okay, so this circuit consisting of one inductor L1 and resistor R1, and the second circuit consisting of one inductor and resistor R2, and these two inductors are closely placed means, okay, so here we are applying only voltage in first circuit, but because of this input voltage there is some EMF is induced, there is some current flowing in the second circuit. Okay, that's why these two circuits are said to be coupled circuits. Okay, so the coupled circuit means the circuit involving element with magnetic coupling. Okay, so wherever the elements are coupled with magnetic coupling, that circuits are called as coupled circuits. So a very good example for coupled circuit is a transformer. So in transformer there is a primary winding and a secondary winding is there. There is no direct connection between primary and secondary winding, but the primary and secondary winding is closely placed. So because of that is we are giving input in the primary winding. So the voltage, okay, either the transformer may be a step down transformer or step up transformer. So depending on that one, the voltage is coupled to the secondary winding, and we are getting either step up voltage or step down voltage in the secondary winding of the transformer. Okay, so the transformer, it is a very good example for the coupled circuit. Okay, so in this video, we are going to discuss about some of the important technical terms used in this coupled circuit. The first one is a self-inductance. Okay. So, and another one is mutual inductance, then coefficient of coupling. So what is mean by self-inductance? So in order to explain the self-inductance, so we have to consider one circuit. So in the circuit, so we are, that is we are using one that is a inductor. Okay, this is the inductor, this is the inductor L. So this inductor L is supplied with some voltage V. Okay, so some supply voltage is given to this inductor. So because of the supply voltage, the current flowing in the inductor you just consider as a IL. Okay, so this is the AC voltage. So that's why because of the AC voltage, the current is flowing through this inductor is also a changing one. Okay, so whenever the current changes through this inductor, the fluxes linking with the circuit also changes. Okay, the flux linkage, if the current is flowing through the inductor, there is a production of the flux. Okay, so pi, the flux linkage is also varying. So according to the Faraday's law of induction, so if the current is flowing through the inductor and the flux is produced across the inductor, there is an EMF is induced in that particular circuit. So that EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux linkage. Okay, so you see the induced EMF E equal to N into d pi divided by dt, where what is pi means it is a flux. So d pi by dt means rate of change of flux. So the EMF produced is directly proportional to rate of change of flux. So in order to equate that proportionality, we are putting the constant. That constant is nothing but N. N is said to be the number of turns, okay, in the coil. So the induced EMF E is equal to N into d pi by dt, where d pi by dt is a flux linkage and N is a number of turns in the coil. Okay, so this is the one thing. So you consider this is the equation number 1. And again, the EMF produced across the inductor is also directly proportional to the rate of change of current. Okay, so the current flowing through the inductor. So that's why the EMF E is directly proportional to di by dt. Okay, so in order to equate this proportionality, so we have to put some constant. That constant is said to be L. This L is a self inductance. Okay, so the EMF E equal to L into di by dt. So this is another one formula. So the voltage or EMF developed across the inductor is L into di divided by dt. And you consider this is the equation number 2. And you see the equation number 1 and equation number 2 both are EMF produced across the inductor. So we have to equate this two equation. So by equating the two equation, we can get N into d pi by dt equal to L into di by dt. Okay, so from that, so after cancelling dt, we can get N into d pi equal to L into di. Okay, so from that, the self inductance L is equal to N d pi divided by di. Okay, so N d pi divided by di. If the permeability is constant, means we can write the self inductance L is equal to N into, instead of d pi di, we can put pi by I. Okay, so this is the self inductance formula. So you see the self inductance of the particular coil is nothing but it's a product of number of turns in that particular coil, that is number of windings. Okay, so how many windings we are using in the inductor, that is a capital N. Pi is a flux divided by I is a current flowing through the particular inductor. So this is the formula for the self inductance. Okay, where L is a self inductance and N is the number of turns of the coil, pi is a magnetic flux in vapors, and I is a current in amperes. Okay, so this formula 3 is said to be the self inductance. Okay, so from that formula we can define the self inductance is nothing but the self inductance of the coil is defined as the flux linkage in that coil. Okay, so N into pi. N into pi means flux linkage in that coil per 1 amps current in the same coil divided by I. Okay, so that's why the self inductance is nothing but the flux linkage in that coil per 1 amps current is in the same coil. So that ratio we are calling it as a self inductance. So what is the unit for this self inductance? Means it is a Henry. Okay, so in first and second unit we used that is the inductor. Okay, so in order to solve the AC circuit problem, we are using the inductor, you know. So the same inductor L is called as a self inductance. Okay, since here there are two types of inductance, self inductance and mutual inductance. So in order to differentiate that, so this L is said to be the self inductance. So the unit is Henry. Okay, so this is a 2-mark question also. This definition you just study. The self inductance of the coil is defined as flux linkage in that coil per 1 amps current in the same coil. So L equal to N pi by I. Okay, this is the thing. Then the second one we are going to discuss about the mutual inductance. So in order to explain the mutual inductance, we have to consider the two coil. Okay, self inductance is nothing but the inductance, that is the self inductance is nothing but the flux linked in that coil because of the current flowing in the particular coil. That is nothing but the self inductance of that particular coil. Okay, so each coil is having their own self inductance. Okay, but mutual inductance means you just consider this circuit. So in the circuit you see this is the inductor L1, this is the inductor L2. So here the two inductors are placed very close together. Okay, but there is no direct connection between this circuit and this circuit. Okay, but these two coils are closed very nearer. So because of placing this two coil very nearer, so so there is some mutual inductance is developed in between this coil 1 and coil 2. Okay, so that is said to be the mutual inductance. Okay, so we will explain this mutual inductance. And so you see, so consider the circuit shown in figure. So here we are applying, so you see in first circuit only we are giving some supply voltage. In second circuit there is no voltage source. Okay, but because of this voltage source, so initially the current flowing in the first coil L1, you see it is a I1. Okay, so the I1 is flowing through this coil. So because of the current flowing through this coil, there is a EMF is the flux linkage is available. So in that flux linkage, a part of flux is linked with the second coil. So because of the linkage between flux linkage between the coil 1 and coil 2, okay, so there is a current flow is there in the secondary circuit. So that circuit we are calling it as a this I2. Okay, so that one, okay, because of this current, so there is a voltage is developed across this inductor. EMF is induced across this inductor. So this concept is called as a mutual inductance. Okay, so yeah, the change in current in the first coil, the EMF is induced in the second coil. Okay, so the change in current in the first coil, because of that, the EMF is induced in the second coil. This is called as a mutual inductance. Okay, we are supplying current in first coil only, but due to the change in current in the first coil, the flux linkages changes. So that part of flux is linked, automatically linked with the second coil. So there is a current is flowing in the second coil. So the EMF is induced in the second coil. This is called as a mutual inductance. Okay. So we are going to derive the mutual inductance formula here. So for that, first we have to consider the current I1. Okay, the variable current I produces a variable flux pi 1 in the first coil. So in the first coil, the flux produced, you just consider as a pi 1. Okay, so for the analysis purpose, this pi 1, it is divided into two component. It is pi 1 is equal to pi 11 plus pi 12. So what is pi 11 means? Pi 11 is a part of the pi 1 link with coil 1 only. Okay, so pi 11 is the only flux linkage in the coil 1. But pi 12 is this is also a part of pi 1. Okay, link with both coil 1 and coil 2. So the flux linkage between the coil 1 and coil 2, it is to be the pi 12. So the addition of only flux in coil 1 plus both coil 1 and coil 2, it is said to be pi 12. So the addition of this 2 is said to be the total flux pi 1. Okay, and so so because of this changes, there is a EMF is induced in the secondary coil. Okay, so that EMF induced in second coil, it is given by, so already you know the formula. So according to Faraday's law, the EMF induced is the number of turns into the rate of change of flux. So what is the rate of change of flux? D pi 12 divided by dt. Since pi 12 is a flux, that is a part of flux linked by the coil 2. Okay, so E2 equal to N2 into D by 12 divided by dt. Okay, and already the EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of current I1. Okay, so already one more EMF definition. So the EMF E2 equal to M into dI1 divided by dt. Okay, so here M is a mutual inductance between the coil 1 and coil 2. Okay, and you see these two equations are E2 equation, EMF in second coil. So that's why you just equate this two equation. So we can get N2 into d pi 12 divided by dt equal to M into dI1 divided by dt. Okay. So after that, our aim is to find out the mutual inductance. So from that, if you are rearranging, dt cancel. So M equal to N2 into d pi 12 divided by dI1. Okay. So the mutual inductance is nothing but number of turns in the secondary coil into the flux linkage in second coil due to first coil divided by the current flowing in the first coil. Okay. Similarly, if the permeability is constant, means the above equation we can written as M equal to N2 into this d pi and di, it can be written as pi 12 divided by I1. Okay, so this is the mutual inductance. So you consider this is the equation number 4. Similarly, the mutual inductance in terms of N1, okay, number of turns in the first coil, we can write it as M equal to N1 into pi 21 divided by I2. Okay, I2. So where what is pi to 1? Pi to 1 is the flux linked in the coil 1 because of the second coil. Okay, pi 1 2 is a flux linked in the second coil because of the first coil. Here flux linked in the first coil because of the second coil divided by current flowing in the second coil. So this is also a mutual inductance. Okay. So where this M is said to be the mutual inductance. Okay. So we can define the mutual inductance is nothing but the mutual inductance is defined as the ability of one coil to produce EMF in another coil by induction. Okay. So mutual self-inductance is nothing but the ability of that coil, that is there is a EMF is produced in that particular coil because of the flux linkage in that particular coil. Okay, but mutual inductance is nothing but ability of one coil to produce EMF in another coil by induction. Okay, so because of the current flowing in the first coil, the flux is produced, a part of flux is linked with the second coil. Okay, so due to that flux linkage, EMF is developed in the second one. Okay, similarly, if the current is flowing in the second coil means the flux is produced, a part of flux is linked by the first coil. Because of that one, some EMF is induced. That is also a mutual inductance. Okay, so that's why this is called as its ability of one coil to produce EMF in another coil by induction when the current in the first changes. Okay, this is said to be the mutual inductance. Or otherwise, the mutual inductance between the two coil is defined as Weber's turn in one coil per ampere current in another coil. Okay, Weber turn, that is N2 into pi 12 divided by I1. N2 into pi 12, it is called as a Weber's turn in one coil per ampere current in the another coil. Okay, so this is also a another one definition for the mutual inductance. Okay, so this is the second important definition in this coupled circuit. And the next one we are going to derive the third thing, the coefficient of coupling K. Okay, so the coefficient of coupling, it's a very important parameter in the coupled circuit. So what is coefficient of coupling means? This coefficient of coupling, it relates the mutual inductance and self inductance. Okay, so using that formula you may get a compulsory 1 2-mark question. Okay, or otherwise relatedly 2-mark problem also you can get. Okay, so what is coefficient of coupling means? The amount of coupling between the two coil. Okay, so how much amount of coupling, the first coil and second coil L1 and L2, how much amount it is coupled, that amount of coupling is expressed in terms of the coefficient of coupling K. Okay, so you see the K is nothing but it's a ratio of pi 1 divided by pi 2, that is the flux linkage, flux produced, okay, the total flux produced by coil 1 linking with coil 2. Okay, so the fraction of, so what is mean by this coefficient of coupling means a fraction of total flux produced by coil 1 linking with coil 2 is called as a coefficient of coupling. The pi 1 divided by pi 2, or otherwise pi 12 divided by pi 1 is called as coefficient of coupling. Okay, so this is the definition. And this coefficient of coupling, so there is a relation between the coefficient of coupling, mutual inductance and self inductance is there. So now we are going to derive that relation. Okay, so in order to derive the relation between K, L and M, okay, so first we have to take the mutual inductance formula from the above fourth and fifth equation. So you see, already we derived the mutual inductance to mutual inductance. The mutual inductance is nothing but N2 pi 12 by I1 or N1 pi 21 by I2. Okay, so you take that mutual inductance equation. This is also M, this is also M. You just multiply this two equation. So if you are multiplying in left side M into M, M squared. Then right side if you are multiplying N2 pi 12 by I1, N1 pi 21 by I2. Okay, so it can be written as, and what is this pi 12? Okay, so what is this pi 12 mean? So you see, according to this definition, K equal to pi 12 by pi 1. So pi 12 can be written as K into pi 1. Okay, so the pi 12, it can be written as K into the total flux in coil 1. Similarly, pi 21. The pi 21 can be written as, you see, pi 21 equal to k into pi 2. So it is a k into pi 2. So you substitute this pi 12 and pi 21 value here. Okay, so you see, substitute the value here. So n2 into k pi 1 by I1 into n1 into k pi 2 divided by I2. Okay, so here you see, so k into k squared. Then n1 pi 1 by I1, n2 pi 2 by I2. Okay, so you can write. So you see, what is this one? N1 pi 1 by I1. It is nothing but the self-inductance L1. Okay, so already we discussed the first definition, you know, the self-inductance. What does mean by self-inductance? Self-inductance is nothing but number of turns in that particular coil, number of flux divided by current flowing in the particular coil, N pi by I. Okay, so that's why N1 pi 1 divided by I1 is said to be self-inductance L1. Similarly, N2 pi 2 divided by I2, it is said to be self-inductance L2. So we can write it as, so K squared into L1 L2. So M squared is equal to the square of the mutual inductance is equal to K squared into L1 L2. So if you are taking square root on both sides, we can get M equal to K into square root of L1 L2. So from that, the coefficient of coupling equal to M divided by square root of L1 plus L2. Okay, where K is a coefficient of coupling, M is a mutual inductance between the two coil, L1 is a self-inductance of first coil, L2 is a self-inductance of the second coil. Okay, so this formula which relates the coefficient of coupling, mutual inductance and self-inductance. Okay, so this is a very important 2-mark definition. Okay, so the question is that is explain, okay, what is mean by coefficient of coupling and give the expression for coefficient of coupling in terms of self-inductance and mutual inductance. And using this, you may get the important 2-mark problem also. Okay, and so from that, so what is the maximum and minimum value of this coefficient of coupling means? The coefficient of coupling, it ranges, it is always lies between the 0 to 1. Okay, so the K value is either it is a less than 0, less than or equal to K, less than or equal to 1. So the maximum value of the reflection coefficient is 1. The maximum value of reflection coefficient, maximum value of the coefficient of coupling is 1. Okay, so if the coefficient of coupling is 1 means that is a perfect coupling. That is the 100% of that linkage is coupled between the first coil to second coil. That is nothing but a K. Okay, so if the K value is 0.5 means 50% coupling. Okay, if K value is minimum means it is a loosely coupled circuit. If K value equal to 1 means it is a tightly coupled circuit. That is a thing. Okay, so this is about the coefficient of coupling. So in this thing, so there is an important definition, self-inductance. It is also one of the 2-mark question, and this is the formula for self-inductance. Similarly, mutual inductance formula and the relation between the coefficient of, what is coefficient of coupling? This is also one of the important 2-mark definition, and the relation between coefficient of coupling, mutual inductance, L1, L2, this is also a very important 2-mark question. So using this equations, you may get 2-mark problem. We will solve the 2-mark problem in the next videos. Okay. So thanks for watching my channel, and please subscribe my channel for more videos. If you want to learn the lecture videos for the subject circuit analysis and circuit theory, in my channel, in the name of circuit analysis, one playlist is there. So in that playlist, all videos are available in order. Okay, you can use it. I will give link for that playlist in the description box. You can refer it. Okay, so thank you. We will meet in the next video.